Just when the whole Sun family was stunned, Claire also got off the Aston Martin's main driver's seat. Looking at Carden, she smiled politely. "Carden, we have not seen each other for some time. Congratulations to you and Isabella. Happy wedding." Carden was also shocked when he saw Claire. Claire was Isabella's high school classmate and a good friend with a good relationship, so he met Claire several times under the recommendation of Isabella, and they were considered acquaintances. As for Claire's family situation, he also heard about it. He had heard before that Claire's family had a company specializing in decoration. It was not large, but not small. The girl was married to a live-in son-in-law, and this live-in son-in-law doesn't seem to have much ability yet. However, in his impression, the Wilson Group seems to be a company with a market value of tens of millions or about 100 million. Some time ago, there was a rumor that it seemed to be on the verge of bankruptcy. In this case, how could Claire afford to drive an Aston Martin 177 worth tens of millions? But even though he was very puzzled in his heart, he still didn't show it. He smiled politely at Claire. "Claire, it's been a long time since I saw you. I didn't expect you to even drive Aston Martin now." Claire's expression was a bit embarrassing, and was about to tell him that the car was borrowed by her husband, but at this time, Charlie interrupted and said, "Actually, these two cars have been bought for a long time. The last time Orus Hill International Auto Show I bought it at that time, but I am relatively low-key, so the two cars have not been driven." When everyone heard this, they all exclaimed. It turns out that this is the long-known mysterious rich man at the auto show. The news that both luxury cars were bought by one person at that time really shocked the entire Orus Hill. Along with this shocking news, there is another very interesting anecdote. Junwei Gao, the eldest son of the Orus Hill International Convention and Exhibition Center, was beaten by the security company's security because he tried to touch the two cars without success. At that time, everyone said that this mysterious rich man must have a very unusual background. Otherwise, it would be impossible to even lose the face of the Gao family. Today everyone finally saw the real body of this mysterious and rich man, but they did not expect him to attend Carden's wedding. Carden himself was stunned. He couldn't help but exclaimed, "I heard that these two cars have been in the city for a long time, but since the auto show, I have never seen these two cars come out again. I didn't expect you to drive the car. Participating in my wedding, it is really flattering. I am so grateful." Charlie smiled faintly, and said arrogantly, "You don't have to thank me. I don't give you the face. I give Isabella the face." When Carden's parents, as well as other relatives of the Sun family, and friends from all walks of life, heard this, they were all too shocked to speak. Isn't this Isabella a girl from a poor family? Parents are incapable of not talking, and are still idle. The important thing is to think about getting something for nothing every day. Isabella was born in such a family. How could she know such a rich person? If he drives two cars at random, it is worth 100 million, so wouldn't this person be worth tens of billions? At this time, Carden's father immediately became fawning. So he walked towards Charlie and said with a flattering smile, "Oh, gentlemen, I am Sun DeWang, Carden's father. I really didn't expect that you would be able to enjoy your face to attend the dog's wedding today. It really made the whole place so brilliant. Just, don't know what to call you." Charlie glanced at him contemptuously, and said disdainfully, "You can call me Charlie Wade." Sun DeWang was a little surprised. How old are these years, and there are people claiming to be sons? Could it be those young masters with strong backgrounds? In this way, it is really meeting the true God. So, he was very excited and indulged. "Oh, hello, Mr. Wade. I am in the flour business here. There is a flour mill in Orus Hill. Maybe you have eaten our flour. Our flour brand is called Wheat Leaf." Charlie frowned and asked, "Ahan, isn't that the name of other TV series?" Sun DeWang said embarrassedly, "Don't we also want to get some heat? People are gold powder, I am flour, but it's not bad." Charlie snorted coldly and asked him, "Boss Sun, you married your daughter-in-law today. Why didn't you send a convoy to pick up the bride at the bride's house?" Sun DeWang and his wife looked at each other with embarrassment, not knowing how to answer. After a moment of silence, Sun DeWang hurriedly said with a smile, Oh, Mr. Wade, you don't know, we have already found a very impressive team, but something happened to that team temporarily, so. A temporary accident? Charlie frowned and asked, even if the wedding team has an accident, do you not even have a car in your own home? Sun Dewang looked sorry and said, I'm really sorry, Mr. Wade, I'm also in a mess for a while, I didn't care, I ignored Isabella, I'm sorry. After finishing speaking, he was very busy and promised, don't worry, Mr. Wade, when Isabella passes the door in the future, our family will definitely compensate her. When Carden on the side heard this, his heart was immediately overjoyed. Originally, parents did not agree with his marriage to Isabella anyway, and even this morning they were still complaining to him, even threatening him. Even if Isabella passed the door, they wouldn't let her get better life. Unexpectedly, now that Claire and her husband drove 2 luxury cars, Father's attitude immediately changed so much. Thinking of this, he was overjoyed, and he was a little more grateful to Charlie and Claire. At this moment, Carden's mother Shu Likin pulled Sun Dewang aside and reprimanded in a low voice. What are you talking nonsense? Have you forgotten what we said before? Never let that woman in. The door of home.